Alright, so hello, this is Joey Shelton. I go to Russell High now, in case you didn't know. And I want to show you something that I think you might appreciate. So, I know a lot of teachers at Bullshon, not a lot, I don't know about right now, but I know a few did last year, when I went there, had smartboards. These boards that you could interact with, like touch or whatever, and using pens or something. Basically, it was a huge touch-sensitive screen with a projector that you could calibrate or whatever. And I want to show you my a lot cheaper version of that. So basically, the only thing I personally had to buy was this. That is it. No joke. This. And I basically have a smartboard, but a little more useful than a smartboard. So basically, what this is an infrared light. See? Trying to make sure this is. Anyway, so this is an infrared light. The camera can see it, but I personally cannot. The camera, I think, sees it as a blue. And anyway, so it's a really high quality one. It was $16. And then here I'm going to show you my setup. I have a Wiimote, as in for the Nintendo Wii, the remote controller for it. And then I have that connected to my computer via this Bluetooth dongle. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's connected to my computer right there. Connected to my computer right there. I don't know how well you see it. It's just sticking out to the blue thing. Anyway, so and that's it. So by my Wiimote being connected to my computer can basically see the input from the infrared camera on the Wiimote. This little black area right here is actually an infrared camera. And that all I can see is dots such as this. I don't know if you can see that. Every time I press it, the light turns on. And this camera does not have my webcam does not have an IR filter, so it can also see it. And this can actually, the Wiimote can actually only see infrared light. So basically, there is a program I'm thinking written in Visual Basic or C++, and it's right down here, and it's called Wiimote Whiteboard, and which is a very, very appropriate name for that. I open it up, and I go to Calibrate Location. Alright, so now you see a white screen, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's like a little crosshair right here. There will be one right here, one right here, and one right here. Anyway, so the Wiimote being able to see only infrared light, like this light right here. Oh, I just messed it up. We'll be able to pick up where each of these points are and then remember them, and that way it can basically map where it knows my screen is, so anywhere I press it will put the mouse to those coordinates on my actual screen. And you can use this on a projector or anything. So here's it in action. First I'm going to calibrate, clicking Calibrate Location. Then I'm going to go to this crosshair and light up the light, the next one, the next one, the next one, and that's it. It's just like the smartboard, the way the smartboard calibrates. So now this works as a mouse. So it's like this is a touchscreen, my piece of crud monitor. So just to show it in action, I'm going to try and minimize this window. And there it goes. It's gone. As well as I'm going to try to minimize this camera window here. Might be a little more difficult since it's higher up in the corner. Nope, not at all. Alright, so now I'm just on my desktop. I do have Windows Vista, but anyway. So now I'm on my desktop, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it right here. Click. Oops, I didn't click. Click, and the mouse goes right there. I don't know how well you can see that, but I guess take my word for it. Here, let's move this a little bit closer. Alright, so see, wherever I click, the mouse will go. If I hold down the button and drag, it'll do just like it would if this is a normal mouse. It will select the icons on the desktop or whatnot for different applications. So basically this is a smartboard. Using this as a pen instead of my finger, I can just open up my web pages, minimize, I can manipulate windows like this. Oh, let me grab that. Like that, moving it. I can do, I see, just move it around. I can open up something like Paint, and that's actually, oh, I don't know what opened. That's gonna be fun to see. Don't know. Anyway, so you can open up Paint, which in my opinion is one of the coolest things you can do on that, is use Paint. So now that Paint's up, I'm just gonna resize the canvas, and I'm gonna start to draw. I'm gonna go to the paintbrush, wherever that is, and then start to draw. You can see I can change the color. Just make a mess of things, really. And this is just like your smartboard, or a smartboard at all. And you can also use what's called multi-touch. If you have two of these infrared lights, which are only $16, so $30 for a multi-touch interface, which is, I believe, unlike the smartboard. And so, you know, two students or whatever could interact with the screen at once. And the multi-touch is basically just like this popular little electronics device. It's an Apple iPhone. I'm basically going to show you this application I got on it that demonstrates the multi-touch abilities in this iPhone. Grabbing 2 points, I can move the picture as if it's really there. I can resize it using the pinch method, also using the web browser. This is like a Minority Report kind of thing. I can move this. This actually looks a lot better for me because I'm actually seeing it. It's a map of some, I guess, destructed city. I can resize it, throw it in the corner, resize it really all I want, basically things like that. I can draw on this, I can basically anything you could do with 2 points of touch. And I actually don't have two LEDs because I have no use for them. You can use this thing on, if like, you know, because this screen is actually really small compared to a smartboard, excuse me. And you can actually use it for something like a projector as well. And all you have to do is put the Wiimote in the right location, calibrate it. It's as easy as that. Just connects to a little Bluetooth receiver because that's the protocol that the actual that the Wiimotes use. And yeah, so I actually used to have this set up not on this dinky little small computer screen. I've set it up on my TV before, as well as I've set it up right on this big wall right here. I don't know how well you can actually see this wall, but like right where all these posters and pictures and I mean, you know, all this stuff was hung up, I took everything down and I had a projector mounted like right up there, and then it projected my whole computer screen image onto there, and I had basically a smartboard. Anyway, so I thought you might, appreciate this. Think it was kind of nifty. I mean, it's definitely a good alternative for the fact that your school puts out requests to the districts every year just to request these awesome touch interfaces, because it's a really good learning environment. And actually on a whiteboard it's more precise than it is on the small computer screen, because you know where you're moving stuff more. I mean, but even with this I can use it pretty well. And I've only had this for like a month now, and never really got time to get used to it with school and everything. But anyway, so I thought that was kind of a really cool application. I don't know how much you'll actually appreciate it, but I personally do. So yeah, bye.